Hello and welcome to 10 must-know Hypixel Skyblock tips for beginners. So if you're a bit older on the game, this probably won't be as helpful, but maybe look along. Maybe you'll find something you didn't know. Okay, so for my first tip, it's actually right behind me. It's in here, in the community. And you gotta talk to Elizabeth, if you look, right behind you. Okay, if you go in here and you're completely new, you can claim a free boost decree, which is worth like a little over 10 mil. It's a pretty nice start. You get all these buff, like some wisdom. Basically, makes the whole game a lot easier. Very cool, very nice. You can also, with this, buy a god potion, which is a huge help as well. And in here, you can also upgrade your profile, which these are timer things. So basically, you set one in, and they're gonna take a duration of time. Like this one is gonna take 4 days if I decided to do it, right? And I definitely recommend this, specifically coin allowance, which gives you 50,000 coins a day if you upgrade it 5 times. And the same with minion slots, which each time gives you another minion. It's pretty damn nice. And yeah, there's also some other stuff, but majorly, this is really cool. Do this. And which brings me to another thing, which is right here. If you're above the Skyblock level of 10, you can talk to this girl here, Susan. She'll give you through a security guide, which is basically just don't lose your damn account, don't click on links. And she will then be like, oh yeah, you can go back and talk to Elizabeth. And as a thank you for listening to this guide, Elizabeth will give you another booster cookie. Remember, you gotta be at least Skyblock level 10 for this. But yeah. Which brings me to my next point, which is talking to the carpenter. He will give you a quest line that says, bring me 64 wool, and in return, he will unlock the skill, not collection, skill, carpentry. This is a bunch of free Hypixel Skyblock XP, like, plus it's also coins and some health. It's pretty nice to just develop through the game, and it also unlocks instant crafting in here. This will say lock till carpentry level 3. So definitely recommend do it as quickly as possible. Yeah. Which brings me to the next tip, and that is buying a pet from the AH. If we go low, bin only. Always have this on. It's so you can see what directly a price is rather than bidding on it. And as an example, buying this Enderman pet. I know what should I use this for? It's only gonna help me in the Ender. That's not the point of it. The point of it is just to equip it and like go slash and then you go equip it, because then you will slowly gain Skyblock XP from taming. It's another skill. Taming is great. It's nice to level up through, and you also have a pet that might give you some extra damage. And hello, this is the Desert Islands. You might wonder what we're gonna do here, but it's probably the easiest way to gain mining XP if you want it. You gain about 3 XP. I gain 4.4 because of boosts, but you gain a bunch of XP from this really quickly. It can make you like go up in mining insanely quickly, and it's good for Hypixel Skyblock XP again. Just in general, a good idea. It also is a decent money making method. Like you literally see somebody doing it behind me. It's pretty good in the start. I definitely recommend it if you just begun. Which brings me to my next tip: minions. They're pretty much important for one reason and one reason only: infinite slave labor, and can make a shit ton of money. I personally like to use them for collections as well, like some of those I don't like. Pork, raw mutton, raw chicken. Like, I never want to do any of these, so I got them to do it for me. And that works pretty effectively. There's also a couple of setups which I also made a video on, which is what the best money making minions are. Slime are pretty great, pumpkin as well. Like, looking for those minions, pretty good idea. Another important thing is that you should get your minion slots up. I don't yet. They're here. Basically, you should get this up to as high as possible. When you get up to like 30, that's where it becomes like insanely expensive. But in the start, just do a lot of the simple ones. Wheat, cobblestone minions. The extra couple of slots can make you progress a lot quicker, and just generally help you out. Which brings to the next, which is bazaar flipping. You might not know what this is. It's just going in, making an order like on cobblestone, where you put up 1,000, you buy 1,000 cobblestone with a buy order specifically, and then you make a sell order, and then you just completely redo this a lot of times, and you're in a profit. because you can see there's like a margin between these two. Uh, but I'd say if you're new, buy some snow, like make up a buy order, buy some snow, and then go sell it to an NPC like over in the builder. That's a pretty good like starting way to make money. You can advance it further by watching guides. There's a bunch of it. I even made one myself. So that's a good way to make some side money. It's a lot easier to afford like armor and other stuff in the game, which is very reliant on coins. Good early way to make money. And the stars also with the next tip, it's attributes, which there's a bunch of these, some expensive, some cheap. We're going after the cheap ones, like this one. Um, basically, you're gonna buy these and you're gonna max out your hunting attribute for that. It gives you a random extra like skill, not skill, like defense maybe or something. And that's not really what we want, but it can be useful in odd situations. But what we really are after is the Skyblock XP, which is useful later on and just in general. So yeah, bring on to the next point, which is talismans. And you might not know what that is. It's in here, and you go accessory bag, and you have talisman. Um, More or less, these give you something called magical power, which increase these stats. They're pretty important. Any point of the game, you would always want to have the most of this. If you're trying to get a lot of it, usually it's helpful to have a bot telling you what the cheapest is to buy. I have one on my Discord. There's also plenty of other Discords who ask this. So if you're in one, check. Um, yeah, pretty much important. Try to have it as high as possible. And it's also important like later on, so it's always important. So it's always worth it spending money on it. And my last point will be that mods are pretty important, mostly because they can give you a lot of advantages in game, like fairy souls or dungeon routes. Generally, good rule of thumb to have some like kind of mods. I don't currently use too many, but it's always great to have like evaluation, like something that looks at how much something is worth. And yeah, that was pretty much it for my 10 tips. Hope that they were useful, and tell me if you want another one. I have one that's a bit more advanced that I've been thinking of making. But yeah, I thought I'd made a beginner ones first before I made like, oh, this is late tips. So yeah. Enjoy, have a good day, and I don't know, subscribe.